Alright, let's get that situated. There you go. Hey guys, aloha. So I'm just gonna make a live stream video here for this one, just because editing is just gonna be too crazy and it's gonna take too much time, and for today I don't have the time that I want, so I'm just gonna make a live stream here for those who want to tune in and for those who are watching it after the live stream. So hey guys, aloha, aloha mongoose here, and you know, as of this video's upload date, Hawaii time, August 29th, 2018, marks the 5th anniversary of Racing Rivals. So, congratulations, happy anniversary, and happy birthday to the game, you know. 5 years and still going, you know, that's a long time for any game. And, you know, it's still growing, it's still putting in updates. You know, Carbonate is doing their best to their abilities with the information they got from their end and trying to give us a better gameplay experience. Not just for players that have been playing this game for a long time, but for newer players to come in and enjoy as well. You know, their efforts is showing, but what I can see is potential. I don't know about you guys, and I just want to thank Carbonated again for putting in the work and, you know, having to deal with their community, because there's some toxic people in this community that are like throwing this game down, and it hasn't even been a year yet with this game. It only has been a few months. You know, like I said, this game is still growing. It's still going through what it needs to go through for this new update and all that stuff, and it's only going to get better, you know. And if anyone with a growth mindset can see that, let me know, because what I can see is just potential and just improvements. So I'm just looking forward to that and seeing if it actually happens, and it makes me interested and keeps me coming back, you know. But yeah, you know, so, you know, with their 5th anniversary and all that stuff going on, you know, as you guys can see, I got this skyline finally. I know there are people in the game already that are collecting multiple of these, you know, because they're either making accounts or they have accounts, and they just want to play through the game to collect these, because this is a really cool wrap for the skyline, you know. Last year was the Mazda RX-7 for those legacy players. That Mazda RX-7 was pretty colorful and all that stuff. This is a really cool car. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the birthday bash events that are going on in this game, just because you know, some of these events or the races in these certain events are kind of they're live events, so it requires you to have tickets for it. I think each race is 2 tickets each, so you want to keep that in mind. But yeah, if I had to make a small review on it, it was fun, and I actually enjoyed it. You know, I took my time doing it, you know, because I was looking through all the events for each location. I'm like, oh wow, I like how they set it up. Some of them were like really restricted and really limited, and really like kept other players out, and we're gonna go through those today. And you know, this video is basically sharing my tips, my opinions, and my experience and what I had to go through for it. And if I was to do this a second time, this is what I would have done. You know, so the first thing I would have done was gone to Birthday Bash London. And the only reason why is because all of the races are just Class D. So, London is Class D, Rio is Class C, Sydney is Class B, New York is Class A, Tokyo is Class S, and Los Angeles is Class R. So, for each birthday bash for those locations, it's like for London, for example, it's all Class D races with a few requirements. Rio is all Class C events, races with few requirements, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, for the Class D, for Class D for London, it's pretty much open to any Class D car that you guys might have earned or got. You know, Scion XB comes to mind, Scion TC. That's weird that the Scion TC and the Scion S, TC and XB are in the same class. But, yeah, that's kind of weird. The Subaru Brixton Coupe, that's another one. And the Abarth S, was it SS? Or, it was a weird name, but, that's kind of cool. Hey, welcome. I'm just making a live stream video here because I'm too lazy to edit, so I'm just pretty much going on with a birthday bash review, and you know, just tips and my opinions on it. What I've if I played it a second time, you know, I would have done things differently. So I'm just basically sharing it. I can't talk. Okay, here we go. So if you have any Class D car, you can pretty much do all of this. It's pretty much open, easy. Nothing much to say about that. So Birthday Bash London is an easy token to grab. Next is Rio, which is all Class C races. Few requirements. You know, there's a heads-up race that requires you to be in an all-wheel drive car, and then there's a beat-the-time race that requires you to be in a 1615. First car that comes to mind is the Toyota Celica, and the only reason why is because its rarity. It's not as rare as some other Class C all-wheel drive cars that are in the game, and it's easier to get than others. We're just gonna take a look in my garage right now. So here you go. Because if I made a video with editing, I would have like overlaid the video showing you the cars that you could use, but I'm too lazy to do that right now, so I'm just making a live stream, so whatever. Toyota Celica GT4 all-track turbo ST165. Holy cow, that's a long name for a Celica. But it's really cool because it's an all-wheel drive car. It's a Class C. Just throw in a few upgrades, tune it up to 1615, and voila, you can do all the races for Rio. So for this live stream video, I'm just gonna pretty much promote the Toyota Celica because this is the only Class C all-wheel drive car that I know about. If not, it's the Subaru Impreza WRX STI, but as you can see, its rarity is epic. I think purple means epic. It's not as easy to get as the Celica, so that's why I'm kind of mentioning it. So yeah, there you go. If you guys got the Celica or can get your hands on it in any shape or form, go and use it. Boom. Rio token earned. Next is Sydney. We're gonna go to P-Share and 22 Walloway, Sydney. Where's Sydney? Oh, there you are. Alright, so here we go. So Class B cars for all the Sydney races. Few requirements. One requirement being having a Class B car 1625, so you can beat that time, and a heads-up race that requires you to be in a rear-wheel drive car. Now the cool thing about this is, for this to claim this token, you can just grab this this card that the game gives you. No, I went to the garage. So you can go to the shipyard and basically get this card for free. I believe you have to spend 1 cash. I don't know why they had to do it that way, but you get this non-pinks BMW Z4. It's a Class B. It's a rear-wheel drive. You can use this for all of the Sydney races to collect that token. All you have to do is tune it up, and you're good to go. So there you have it. So if you just get this card from the shipyard, you're pretty much good for Sydney. And there's a lot of good choices too. Let's look at it since we're here. Class B, and let's look at drive terrain. Let's look at rear-wheel drive. So yeah, there's the Z4, there's the Dodge Challenger, there's the BMW M2, there's the Ford Mustang. There's a whole bunch of cars that you can get, you know. And if you collected that Ford Mustang from the Independence Day, the 4th of July event, you can use that, you know. So this is pretty much set. And if you have those Lotus Carlton, you know, that taxi looking one and that green and yellow one, easy event. Easy one to claim. Get that Sydney token. Boom. You're good to go. Now you guys got 3 more to go. We're going to head on over to New York, where it's all Class A races. The requirements for this might need you to have like 1 or 2 cars for this event. And the only reason why is because there's a heads-up race that requires you to be in a US-made car. There's a time event race that requires you to be in a 1640 speed rating, and then there's a heads-up race that requires you to be in a all-wheel drive car. Now the first car that comes to mind is the Ford Focus RS 500. Only question is it a Class A? Because I know the Ford Focus RS is a Class B, but there's another Ford Focus that's in the game. I think it's the RS 500. Maybe I got the name wrong, or I don't know, RS, I don't know. I seen two different focuses, and if one is a Class B, that means the other one is either a Class C or Class A. If you guys know, mention it in the stream, put it in the comments below. It won't help me figure it out, it's gonna help other players figure it out as well. But for this event, I used two different cars, and I'm gonna share with you guys that right now. So when you look at Class A all-wheel drive car, the first thing you think about is the Nissan Skyline. You know, the R33, the car that took over lobbies in Tuner Challenge when the all-wheel drive bug was in existence. So for all-wheel drive Class A cars, I have, again, surprisingly enough, the R33 and the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. The Mitsubishi 3000 GT is not as rare as the R33, as you guys can see there. The R33 is an epic rarity. I believe the blue is common, uncommon, rare. I forgot. I'm not really good with my rarities. I just like collecting good cars. I try not to let rarities get to me, because it's like they're putting ratings on cars. They already have speed ratings. Now they're putting like rare ratings. I don't think they're really balanced, but it's carbonated. But I'll give them grace for that. But I just like collecting cool cars. As long as they have cool cars, I'm all good. I don't care what they do with it. So Mitsubishi 3000 GT, you know, it can get through, you know, the Class A all-wheel drive, you know, races for that. But then you need a US made car. So we're gonna just unfilter the all-wheel drive, and there's many choices. You know, if you guys got your hands on that Toyota Supra Mark III, go for it. You know, if you got your hands on that Ford Mustang, go for it. You know, there's a whole bunch of cars that you can actually use and all that stuff. It's just that all-wheel drive one is really specific. And for the next location, Tokyo, it gets even more specific. And I can kind of see why there's certain players that are playing right now complaining and have frustrations because they made it this far, and then they look at Tokyo and they're like, oh, why is this one like so limited? Like only the people that have this car can actually complete and get this token. So now we're in Tokyo looking at the Class S races. So 3 requirements. You know, there's a beat the time race that requires you to be in 1650. There's a heads-up race that requires you to be in a Japanese-made car. There is a heads-up race that requires you to be in a turbocharged car. So turbocharged car is easy. Majority of the Class S cars are already on turbochargers, so boom. And you know, if you want to tune that up to 1650, you'll be able to do all the events. And if that turbocharged car that you tuned up to 1650 is also a Japanese-made car, you know, you'll be able to do all of these events here. So what can do all of these events for Class S? And you know, the first thing that comes to mind is the R34 Skyline. You know, the beast of when the all-wheel drive bug was a thing. You know, now it doesn't exist anymore. It's just there. But however, you need something around in that area. If not, I believe this Toyota Supra Mark IV, or was it Mark V? I'm not entirely sure. But it's that Class S Toyota Supra. You know, it can do all of these races as well. So that's cool. And I don't know if there's any other cars that can do it. So we're going to look at the collections and actually try to see if we can narrow it down. Oh, actually, I think there is something that's in the... I think there is something. No, not that one. Sorry, guys. I just thought of it just now. Usually I'm prepared for my videos, but... Ah, okay. So if you guys can collect the 2009 Honda Mugen NSX RR Concept, this car can definitely do everything. So it can do that turbocharged event, it can do that 1650, it can do that Class S Japanese-made car race. So all you guys need is the carbon fiber wrenches, the gold wrenches, you need the badges, of course, and the cars, you know. So what I would have done differently was in the beginning of the game, I would have concentrated on the Grand Prix races, but I've been dodging them and actually concentrating on things like Street Fight, Daily Warm-Ups, Tuner Challenge, Circuit Showdown. You know, when it came up to Grand Prix and Trial by Fire events, I've been not avoiding them, I just been missing them and forgetting to come back to it because I ran out of tickets. So, yeah, I just want to mention that, you know, if you guys were collecting, I think it's a good time to use those collectibles if you guys really want to get that Tokyo token. You know, if you've collected all these tokens up to now and you're having a hard time, you know, you really want to get on it, because if you just stop now, you're not going to be able to get that R34 Skyline, and you just wasted all those tickets and all those times trying to fight for it when you're just going to find yourself in a stuck situation. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys have enough collectibles to get that NSX. You know, that's pretty good. This Supra Rivals Edition is an R2, and I can't think of anything else unless you pull it from crates, from Racing Rivals crates, or, you know, I believe if you go to Workbench, no, there's nothing really. Events, I know Circuit Showdown, it's not guaranteed you'll get that car, but I know for the Tuner Challenge, if you go for Tuner Challenge Hero, it gives you a Class S car. Whether I gotta turn off my chat, sorry. It gives you a Tuner Challenge. The Tuner Challenge Hero crate gives you a rare or epic S-Class car. So I know an epic S-Class car would be like, you know, the R34 Skyline. So can you get it? I don't know. Can I find out right now? I don't have enough ECU. But I believe the last thing I pulled from this was like a Pagani Huayra. So I think that's how you say it. So that was like a rare S-Class car. The epic S-Class car is, I have no idea what the options are because I was only able to do this once. But this is something that's a little bit specific, and you can get to it. So yeah, that's what's up. So is there any other things I mean, you can go and chance it with the chip mobiles, but you're not really guaranteed a Class S Japanese made car. Circuit Showdown Gold, not really guaranteed. Yeah, so it's all good, man. Yeah, I can't really help you guys out much for that one, cause like, yeah, that Tokyo race, that Class S Japanese made heads up race for this token is one of the hardest to complete, just because of how accessible a Class S Japanese made car is. It's not really guaranteed you'll get your hands on it, and if you do, awesome, you'll be able to do this and collect that token, and you can move on to the next one. And the next one is, honestly, out of all the high class events for the birthday bash, this one is easy, and the only reason why is because I know everyone's after our class and above cars. You know, they're after the high class cars, man. They want those in their garage. You know, they know the benefits that those high class cars can give you. This is awesome. So the cool thing about the requirements for this, there's a heads up race that requires you to have a supercharger, a Class R car on a supercharger. There's a ladder event that requires you to be in a rear-wheel drive car, and a beat a time event that requires you to have a speed rating of 1655 in order to beat that time. So there's a couple cars that come into mind, and it just depends on how you look at it and all that stuff. So there is the, let me just go to the garage because I can't think of the names right now, but I know one of it is the 2017 Ford GT. And the reason why I want to mention this car is because if you guys are low on Racing Rivals cash, this might help you guys out. So let me move my face. Check out the conversion kits. It's already on turbo, but the turbo supercharger kit is only 29,688 Racing Rivals cash. As for the other ones, they're a little bit higher. I don't know of a cheaper upgrade. If you guys do, let me know what the car is, because it won't just help me, it would help the players that are watching this as well. But yeah, 29,000 for a supercharger, and then like the average price for Class R supercharger upgrades are like 32,000. So why the 4 GT? It's slow, but you gotta think that you're going up against bots, and if you guys are low on cash and you need a Class R card that can go into the supercharger race, you know, boom, you can just install the supercharger on the 4 GT for only 29,000. As for things like my W Motors Sport, the W Motors Fenrir Super Sport, the supercharger on this car was 32,000. The Pagani Zonda, it's an epic car, so it's harder to get. That one is 32,000, and then the Koenigsegg Agera, getting the supercharger on that is also 32,000. So it's cheaper to get a supercharger on a 4 GT than any other Class R car in the lineup. And so I would buy one on a supercharger to show you, but I already done it. I did it for my Zonda, and I already did it for my W Sports Fenrir. And the Fenrir already comes with a turbocharger and all that stuff, so all good. I actually used this car because I was able to afford the car and the upgrades for it. So this would be my option, but if you guys are on a budget and need a cheap car with cheap upgrades, for GT. And only because the supercharger conversion kit is cheaper than the other Class R cars that I mentioned. So that's that. And if you get it to 1655, you'll be able to do that event, and then you'll be able to collect that Birthday Bash LA token. There's no R3 cars, there's only R2s, and my only R2 is a Mercedes. I want to stay in topic with this video, so that's why I've been ignoring some of your guys' things. Like, there's someone that asked me to do pinks. That's not what this video is about. This video is about, you know, the anniversary of Racing Rivals and going through the birthday bash events that are in each location, because if you're able to complete them all, you will get a token from it, and you can turn those tokens in to get the R34 Skyline. And that car is really awesome. It's a Class S. It's a Skyline. Who wouldn't want a car like this? The wrap is really settling. It's not as loud as the Mazda RX-7 from last year. So I really enjoyed this wrap a lot. And yeah, I was able to claim it. So we're gonna go to the shipyard. No, not the shipyard. So the shipyard, you know, they have the Rivals Anniversary crate, and they have like these tokens. So hopefully you guys are collecting those, and the birthday celebration crate gives you the BMW Z4. That's going to help you with the Sydney part of the birthday bash live events. And where was I actually going? I was going to collections, which is seasonal, and I was able to collect the Skyline. So ta-da! I was able to do that. And there's the 5th birthday. I missed the year 1 token, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one unless you can get the tokens in a different shape or form. But yeah. So that's about it. The events are actually easy if you have all the cars in your garage already for those events. If not, I wouldn't concentrate on them. If anything, I would concentrate building up my garage a little bit more and doing things like Tuner Challenge, Circuit Showdown, and all that stuff. But if you're unable to collect all of the tokens from each location, I wouldn't concentrate on the birthday bash events unless I have all the cars for it and they're all ready to go. Because if you don't, you're gonna end up doing it, wasting time, wasting your tickets, and then finding yourself in a stuck situation where it's like, oh, I wasted all this time, you know, racing, and I can't complete them because this event or this race is too specific. I don't have this car, you know. So really look through all of them, because all the birthday bash, you know, races and events are open. You can do it in any order you choose to, whatever's comfortable for you, and go from there, you know. But if you know for sure you can complete all 6, then go for it. If not, kind of hold up and kind of wait a while and wait until you have a garage that can actually do it. I know there's only a few days, but if you don't have the cars for it, there's no point in doing it, you know. I think the only R2 car that I have right now is this Mercedes. And that's the only R2 car I have. That made me wonder, like, what kind of cars I have in here. Best speed rating, fastest time, most... Will I find it by most rare? Oh, I have the Ferrari. Forgot that I got that car. Where's that other R2 car? Oh, where did it go? There. Oh, there it is. The Ferrari FXXK. That's another R2 car. I only got 2 R2 cars and I haven't really worked on them. I haven't really been concentrating on those. But anyways, guys, man, that's pretty much the video. How long is it? 26. Oh, that's about the average time to explain things. Sorry, it was super long. I wish there was an easier way to do it. You know, I would have done like a video edit on this rather than a live stream, because it would have been way more organized and more informational. But due to the time today, I just wanted to get a video out for their anniversary, just to celebrate with them by making a video talking about the birthday bash event and all the cool things that you can get from it. But that's it. I think the last video I made, I pulled this. If you guys haven't seen my random videos, go and check that out. I believe in episode 2 I pulled this, and it was really awesome, and I did some weird things in the video as well. If you guys want to see me get weird, it's usually in those random videos. And I do some crate openings here and there. It's not really guaranteed what I do, it's just random. So yeah, that's about it, guys. If I go on about anything else, it's gonna be off topic of what this video is supposed to be about. So that's it. Let's end it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the tuner challenge lobbies and the multiplayer lobbies and all that good stuff. Subscribe if you want to, like the video if you want to, comment down below if you guys want to. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm always recording, and it's just the efforts of me editing and putting it out there for you guys. But till next time, guys, yeah, I'll just see you guys around in the next one. And again, happy anniversary to Racing Rivals. And, you know, thank you, Carbonated, for putting up with us and all the negative players and all that stuff. I see your guys' potential. You guys keep on moving forward. You guys know what's best for the game. I'd rather keep it to the professionals rather than players that are just basing everything on opinion. So, with that being said, I'm out of here. And I'm actually gonna eat. I'm hungry. So, see you guys. Have a good one.